Ninja Kiwi finally added something big to Battles 2, except a lot of people are saying it's useless. So let's see how good it really is, and if you want to read all that, you can pause, because I don't have the time to do that. So what is the Phase Bloon? It takes 1% of the Bloon health, and essentially that would make it have like 101%. So for normal bloons, it doesn't make much difference, because like a pink bloon only has like 5 health or something, and then 1% of 5 is like nothing. So essentially, I thought it would be a lot better for Moabs, and specifically BADs and DDTs, because then that would make them a whole lot faster, and a little stronger as well. So that's what I thought. So then once you deal 1% of the bloon's total health, which would then bring it down to 100%, so then it's just a regular ordinary bloon now, then it'll like teleport about a very specific percentage of the map. So on Inflection, it'll only teleport a little bit, but on Docks, the longest map in the game, it'll teleport a lot farther because it has to be the same percentage. That way it's balanced on every map, no matter what map you're on. And so for some towers, this could be very, very deadly. So like the Spike Factory, if you have a perma-spike all the way in the back of the map, it'll deal enough damage to the tower, the balloon, and then taking off as much as it needs to. So like I was saying, if you have a perma-spike all the way in the back of the map, and then it'll do as much damage to it as it needs to remove the phase property, and then once the phase property is removed, it'll teleport past the perma-spike into the exit, and then you will be dead. So essentially, for Spike Factory users, you'll have to go for 2 Spike Factories. One like somewhere over here or something like that to initially remove the phase layer, and if it's a fortified BAD, you're going to have a pretty big amount of damage to deal to it in order to remove the phase layer. So that's one way the phase bloon would get countered. Also, it's round 16, and the phase bloon comes out round 15, so last round it came out. So now, what rushes can we send with it? Well, as we see, our opponent has like no defense, so I could probably send camo just camo phase ceramics, and then look, it teleported past a few of his towers, and I can even do the same with purples, and then he'll do a little damage to it, and then he'll teleport past. So basically, if you were to mix that and the Cobra button press, then you could teleport past his stuff, but he barely survived that. I have no idea how he actually survived that. So that's exactly what that does. But what about other strategies where you use abilities to pop DDTs and Moabs and such like that? Well, for like a ground 0 or something, let me hold up here. Also, at the end of all these games, I'll go into sandbox mode for a bit to test a bunch of different rushes to see if they're better with having fortified region or phase. Right, yeah, I think we defended that pretty well. Or maybe we didn't, I don't know. So like I was saying, if you have a ground 0 in order to pop DDTs, and then, let's say you balloon boosted, and so the DDTs are now going a bit faster, and then you have to like ground 0 to remove the phase layer, and then like twice more to actually pop the DDT. So that could make your opponent more likely to choke. So it is useful in there. And then same thing with the Moab Assassins and all those other abilities. And here's some phase camo balloons within the AI. Now, they got popped basically instantly, but with tight rushes, I feel like that's where they'll be the strongest, because in a tight rush, there's like 40 to 60 balloons you gotta hit, and you gotta hit them multiple times to actually pop them, especially with ceramics, and especially if they're regrow, because when they regrow, they'll duplicate themselves. Also, with the phase modifier, you'll have to hit each balloon plus 1 extra time, so that's sort of kind of as if you add plus 40 ceramics in. Now, of course, ceramics have a lot of health, so there's a little something you gotta take care of there. I didn't exactly plan through all of this too well, because now he's sending me a CMG. But what I can do is showcase this new rush of ours with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and that's all I could afford. And now that's a little bit more. Now he just did the level 10, but then I killed him also anyway, what's that supposed to mean? So yeah, the phase balloons did go a little faster, and also he's a top 100, so I don't know what that showcase was, but as you did see, I did kill him with the phase balloon. Now, regen ceramics might still be faster, but in order for them to regen, you have to pop the ceramic layer, which already takes a lot of popping power. Also, he has Fate Weaver Dort, which could be bad for me, because if you think about it, her Eye of Misfortune ability allows balloons to move even faster, as if the phase balloon couldn't go fast enough. So, if he uses Eye of Misfortune, Balloon Boost, and Phase ability against me, then that could mean some pretty bad things, don't you think? So, they'll go really fast around my hero, and then, which on this map, that's pretty bad since the hero will cover like the entire map, you know? And then, we also got to worry about hitting them, and then they go faster. They just teleport a bit across the map. Now, this is a smaller map, I think, or maybe it isn't. But anyway, on the smaller maps, they won't go as far, so that way it's fair, you know? And also, the phase bloon allows you to layer rushes more if you send normal bloons, and then you send phase bloons so that they teleport a bit across the track, and then they can teleport right on top of your normal bloons, so that way they would, like I said, layer pretty effectively. So that's definitely something you have to be aware of if you want to send like one normal BAD, wait a bit, and then send a phase BAD, and then it teleports on top of each other. Now, of course, that's pretty expensive, so I'm not sure where you'd get all the money to do that. And that's another thing. Everyone's talking about how expensive it is, and it's not quite as good as fortified bloons, because fortified bloons can double it. So is the phase bloon really as good as we think it is? Now, it does have to wait until round 15 to come out, which I think is a good thing, because if it came out any earlier, then the rushes could already be a lot more deadly. And so now some towers, like the sniper, may not even struggle to the phase bloon at all. I feel like the sniper, sub, heli, ace, dartling, and I don't know what else. Those towers probably won't struggle to the phase bloon at all because they're global range. And the biggest detail of the phase bloon is that whenever it teleports, if you have something like the tack shooter with very low range, then it's going to pass it, and the tack shooter only got to take like one hit on it. This is also an issue for ice monkeys and spike factories, so do beware, I must say. And yeah. Now, some towers that can one-shot might be able to really benefit, like the boat pull. I'm not sure, but I should test after this match to see if you can just boat pull and one-shot Moab bloon, or if it has to boat pull it, and then it turns into a normal bloon from the phase bloon, and then you have to boat pull the normal bloon again. So that could make things a lot harder. And then there's also the bloon trap and BMA, but I will have to see how many of those can do what I'm expecting them to do in a moment. Now, if the phase bloon came out round 7, then eco players could definitely send some rushes here, although that would also really eat up their eco, because then they wouldn't be able to send nearly as many yellows, and then get way less eco out of them. Now, it's not a 2 times price modifier, doubler, whatever you want to call it. It's only like 75% more expensive, but I still feel like that's too much. Hopefully, in one of the near updates, they'll buff it to make it only make the bloon like 25% more expensive, because 75% more expensive still just feels like it's too much. Also, I'm really needing, okay, the Heart of Thunder was available that whole time. But yeah, as I was saying, it seems too expensive to actually be useful of any sort. So, how do you think it is? Is it too expensive, just right? Or do they still need to make it, like, way cheaper? And what price do you think the new price should be? Alright, so first round we got is the Super Monkey for the Tectura, the BMA, and the First Strike. Oh, and also Oben's trees. I want to see how well his trees do here. So let's put him, like, right there or something. And then we'll plop down his trees, like, right there. So now we'll just send that. We'll put it on 3x speed. And I don't think I'll use level 3. But let's see. It has the eye above it, so you'll know it's phase. And then, nope, it just goes straight through, just like it would with the Spike Factory. And no, you can't do it on the first try. So that definitely didn't work, because as you saw, I Tectured immediately, and it just, yeah, it teleports past him. Okay, so then we can also try the BMA. So we'll have BMA boy all the way over here. Now, I think it'll work. Yeah, it just turns into a red balloon. Alright, so the BMA is pretty goated all of a sudden, guys. So now let's try some other towers. Alright, so now we're going to try his level 20 ability to see if he can first do the thing on the first try, right? Oh, he does misdirect it on the first try, so that's pretty good. Now, I did bring the ace just so we could see what happens. Also, let's put it on normal speed. So, your opponent sends you a DDT, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't want to go too far. On the first try, it teleports. And then, oh, so it does seem to only take 2 hits, but if we send it fortified, now it should take twice as many hits, right? So we do that. And I did survive, but Dino Graveyard is a much longer map, so if you did on Inflection, I would have died. Now, of course, I did some sloppy micro there, so someone that has better micro wouldn't have done so bad. Now, for the boat pulling, how well can we boat pull a phase bloon? So he's here, and we'll try to get him on the first try, and yes, he does. So BMA, oh, I also forgot to do the XXL trap. So we'll plop our XXL down. Oh, I collected it accidentally. So then we'll just go like that, speed this up a bit, and then... Okay, so yeah, he'll just do it on the first try, and then with DDTs, he probably will too. Oh wait, no, he needs camo. Haha, silly me. Let's get some camo on you. Alright, try that again. And yes, he still does it on the first try, whether it is or isn't a phase. So, those towers that you just saw did in fact first shot, and I think the bomb shooter should be able to first shot with the bomb blitz. So I'll just put him in the middle of the map so he doesn't do any damage. Right, and then bomb blitz ability, yeah, we didn't die there. And then I'm pretty sure ZMG would die too even if it wasn't phased. Now I'd also like to see how her level 10 does, her chains of phase. So I'll send in a phase DDT here, fade it, and then no, just teleport straight past her chains of fate. Now maybe if it wasn't a fortified, oh wait, how silly me, I gotta actually set down the chains of fate, and then yeah, just teleport straight past anyway. But I don't know, can she actually do it if it wasn't a, oops, if I could ever send it, and it does actually, well, let me just, alright, so here, Chains of Fate, DDT, alright, let's see, and no, she doesn't actually pop it. So I guess Fate Weaver Dora never did have the ability to. Alright, so let's use Star Captain's ability, send in some DDTs or something like that into his spaceship, and then once his ability activates, and then yeah, it puts him a little ahead. Oh, and they're also seeming to be tighter. And I never did actually get to pop off the first layer. Let me try again. Alright, so which is better, a phase BAD or a fortified BAD? So we'll send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these bad boys, and we'll just not do anything, just see how well Adora does. We'll set it to 3 times speed. Okay, maybe Adora doesn't actually have the pop ability to do solo 5 BADs like that. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to give her some extras. But before I do that, let's take that and actually try with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, she popped the phase layer nearly immediately, and now they're just left out here broken, and she'll actually probably pop these, if I had to guess. Oh, so she did actually pop the first, although, yeah. So it seems that phase rushes are actually, like, way easier to defend than fortified, but that's BADs. Let's try something else, like tight ceramics. Alright, so now here we will test the tight ceramics. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tight ceramics, as you see, they boost a bit forward, giving them a little head start, and only like +1 hit before they die. And it looks like we're actually dead here, although, we actually survive on 5 lives. Alright, so let's reset that. No phase, and fortified. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the fortified ceramics, and oh, those are beefy. We aren't even coming close to popping that. So, for just a few extra dollars, it seems that fortified is really way more deadly, but let's try some other rushes still. Alright, so let's try a different rush here. So now we'll be doing a balloon queue full of ceramics on round 18, which is the first round that fortified balloons come out. Like I said, phase comes out round 15, so there is a little advantage there. So anyway, let's send like a balloon queue full of those bad boys, and let's see how the Icicle Impale does. Well, actually, it's just an Icicles. And they teleport past him, but I think we'll be able to defend that, right? And then, yeah, all we leaked there is a white balloon, but no big deal. That only takes us... Well, I didn't actually reset my life count, but we were still fine. So now... a balloon queue full of fortified bad boys, and then we seem to be shredding them actually. Yeah, so fortified isn't always better, guys. Let's try another rush, shall we? Alright, and so for this one we're trying 3 sets of tight ceramics, fortified versus phase. So first for the phase, 1, 2, 3 sets. So they teleport past, and then once they're all through, I retarget him up here, and so far we're shredding pretty nicely. And then why not also try regions? Okay, well, last time it did defend. Let me try that again, just a little bit better. So, I think my targeting was a bit off, so if I just did it a little bit better, I should be fine here. And, okay. Well, if we just added something simple like a jungle drums, then I'm sure we could. I'm not sure why it did defend earlier, but now it's not defending. It just doesn't make too much sense to me. But with the jungle drums, surely we'll defend, right? And, yeah, we defended pretty easily. And, you know, you'll probably have, like, something else with the strategy. So then, we'll try retarget him up to there. 1, 2, 3. And then, we seem to do pretty well here. Without jungle drums, you'd be dead, because I tested that earlier. You know, I have to test it off camera for quality of video. And, yeah, you're probably guaranteed to die. Oh, wait, that's because I removed the jungle drums. Gotta keep it fair. I didn't even realize I removed the jungle drums. So then, we're doing a lot better already. Wowzer, that's way, way nicer than how it was before without the jungle drums, although I think we're still dead here. Wait, no, we barely leaked anything. But for the region, which we haven't actually given a shot. So without is 1, 2, 3. And so now they'll duplicate themselves if you don't take care of them before they regen. And yeah, so we don't even need jungle drums. But if we had something else, like, I don't know, like something that regens like the glue gunner. We got a few glues here. This setup looks pretty cheap. I don't know that you'll need the glue strike, but you probably would, so we'll send like a bloon queue full of those bad boys. Wait till they're all on screen, and then we can glue storm. And then they would regrow pretty badly if it weren't for the top pass. Although the middle path doesn't actually do enough damage to make the regrow happen. And so then, yeah, they regrowed pretty badly. So that's, casually leaking 5,700 lives. So then if we tried the other thing with a full bloon queue, and then we waited till they're all on screen, or most of them, I guess I didn't actually do it nicely, and then they jump forward, and then we, yeah, so the regen bloons actually might have done more damage. Let's see, do we get to 5,700? Yeah, the regen bloons even did more damage in the phase. Like, what's up with that? Now the phase, it's 5,600 to send a set, but with regens, it's, wait, less? Oh yeah, I guess phase is more expensive. And then, it's 6,400 if you want to send it fortified. So let's send it fortified. So then we'll reset our life count so we can actually count. Wait till they're all on screen. Glue storm, strike, whatever it's called. And then let's see how many lives we leak here if we just speed it all up, because bloon boosting would completely change the effect. So no, actually, regen was the strongest. Now, I might not have sent the exact amount of sets. I might have accidentally sent one more set here, somewhere there. But at the end of the day, it seemed that, yeah, the new phase bloon is probably pretty useless, because it seems that regen and fortified are still better, and regen is cheaper. Fortified is more expensive, but definitely more effective. So I guess there's very few cases where the phase is actually better. Like earlier, we did actually find some cases that the phase did actually seem to do a lot more damage. So do make sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, so you don't miss any more phase updates, or any other updates that are happening here with all this stuff. Or maybe all that stuff doesn't actually matter, it might be completely boring. But anyway, that's it, and also make sure to check out this video, and I don't really remember what it is, but it's pretty good. I know it is, hype it up or whatever. So see ya, bye.